Welcome to Had6 channel. In this video, we will look into perverse. 17 adjectives with similar meanings will be reviewed in example sentences. Let's get started. Number 1. Disobedient. Which means refusing to obey rules or someone in authority. Disobedient. For example, the slave masters punished anyone who became disobedient. Number 2. Bloody-minded. Which means deliberately uncooperative. Bloody-minded. For example, a bloody-minded landlord. Number 3. Recalcitrant. Which means having an obstinately uncooperative attitude towards authority or discipline. Recalcitrant. For example, a class of recalcitrant 15-year-olds. Number 4. Self-willed. Which means obstinately doing what one wants in spite of the wishes or orders of others. Self-willed. For example, the child may be very obstinate and self-willed. Number 5. Pig-headed. Which means stupidly obstinate. Pig-headed. For example, I was too pig-headed to listen. Number 6. Obstructive. Which means causing or tending to cause deliberate difficulties and delays. Obstructive. For example, he denied the council had been obstructive. Number 7. Difficult. Which means awkward. Difficult. For example, Lily could be difficult. Number 8. Refractory. Which means stubborn or unmanageable. Refractory. For example, his refractory pony. Number 9. Disobliging. Which means uncooperative. Disobliging. For example, we have such disobliging neighbors. Number 10. Awkward. Which means deliberately unreasonable or uncooperative. Awkward. For example, you're being damned awkward. Number 11. Intractable. Which means of a person difficult or stubborn. Intractable. For example, there was no budging this intractable man. Number 12. Pertinacious. Which means holding firmly to an opinion or a course of action. pertinacious. For example, she was very pertinacious in her questions. Number 13. Headstrong. Which means energetically willful and determined. Headstrong. For example, the headstrong impulsiveness of youth. Number 14. Willful. Which means having or showing a stubborn and determined intention to do as one wants, regardless of the consequences. Willful. For example, a spoiled, willful child. Number 15. Obstinate. Which means stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion or chosen course of action, despite attempts to persuade one to do so. Obstinate. For example, her obstinate determination to pursue a career in radio. Number 16. Stubborn. Which means having or showing dogged determination not to change one's attitude or position on something, especially in spite of good arguments or reasons to do so. Stubborn. For example, you're too stubborn to admit it. Number 17. Wayward. Which means difficult to control or predict because of willful or perverse behavior. Wayward. For example, a wayward adolescent. Can you think of other examples? Please share them in the comment section below. Furthermore, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.